When he was told they were Republicans, he took up a position and started shooting them. Representative Steve Scalise, Republican in Alabama, was shot in the hip and is currently undergoing surgery for his wound. The death toll would likely have been far higher, except for the fact that Scalise is the Republican House Majority Whip and so had a permanent security detail with him. At least 4 individuals were shot by the assailant: Scalise, 2 police officers, and a congressional staffer. Representative Mark Walker told a reporter the shooter, quote, was there to kill as many Republican members as possible. Naturally, the left in general is going to focus on gun control, the race and gender of the shooter, his murderous spree as a tragic expression of a legitimate grievance, and so on. Don't let them. The shooter appears to be an avid consumer of leftist hysterical rhetoric. He signed a petition for an investigation into the interminable and ridiculous allegations that Trump has mysterious and sinister ties to the Russian government. The shooter also supports Bernie Sanders, and so we can assume socialism. Violence and socialism, always stalking hand in bloody hand. The shooter wrote the following: Trump is a traitor. Trump has destroyed our democracy. It's time to destroy Trump and co. He also signed another petition for the legal removal of the president and vice president et al. For misprision of treason. Democrats and leftists in general often support the concept that aggressive speech can lead directly to violence. The idea behind hate speech laws and the more socially enforced politically correct language policing of postmodern life. The left is hysterically obsessed with microaggressions and manspreading and mansplaining and all other sorts of innocuous chafing. Aggressive language leads to violence. That is the left. What is the effect of 18 months of poisoning the atmosphere with relentless, hysterical, hate-filled attacks upon the Trump presidency, the character and motives of Republicans, and the very legitimacy of last November's election? What happens when you repeatedly denounce the democratically elected leader of a relatively free country as a fascist, a racist, a sexist, a misogynist, and that sinister overseas forces schemed to secure his election, stealing it from Hillary Clinton? What happens when you continually portray a president, an entire political party, as anti-constitutional, anti-woman, anti-minority, anti-law? What happens when you complain that the policies Americans voted for will destroy families, destroy women, kill sick people, and destroy the country? Most people who share these viewpoints merely serve as amplification conduits, sharing and retweeting and adding their own inflammatory and escalating rhetoric to all this hysteria. They do not choose to act themselves, but they set ideas and events in motion that can result in exactly this kind of political terrorism. You need to look in the mirror, leftists. You need to figure out what your deep and dark motives are for all of this rage, all of this verbal abuse, all of these lies. Why do you spread them? Why do you consume them? Why do you amplify them? If you are really honest with yourselves, if you're able to look that deeply into the heart of darkness that passes for your political